Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope everyone's had a great weekend so far. Got us another big week here to dive into, so let's not waste any time and let's check this thing on out. As always, gonna start here with the economic calendar. Jump over here to Market Watch. Hit economy here at the top. US economic calendar here, and we can see what we have in store for us this week. And let's see, starting Monday with a Fed speaker. Okay, Tuesday, some more Fed speakers here, and oh, we got CPI here before the bell. Definitely gonna be the biggest thing here this week is this CPI number on Tuesday. And then let's see, some more Fed speakers. Great. Wednesday, we get PPI as always, right after CPI. And some more Fed speakers. Damn, all about the Fed this week. Thursday, even more Fed speakers. Some more data drops here as well. Some more economic numbers here before the bell. Nothing too crazy, but tons of Fed speakers this week. Oh my gosh, and on Friday, a bunch more. Alright, so yeah, definitely all about the Fed this week. But most importantly, going to be focusing on this CPI data drop and PPI as well here. So something to keep in mind here all week as we attack some of these names. But alright, let's just dive into some charts here. ES. Really nice rip here from ES on Friday. Started a little bit slow, right? As usual, been getting that chop here early into the session. But then, man, had a beautiful run up here throughout the entire day. Firing some lower time frame squeezes and getting up to the top of this 4-hour squeeze and even peaking above. Another thing here, remember I was really stressing when we got back up here to this previous level of consolidation, right? I was like, the real trade is going to come here once we break out of this zone. And here we are, kind of peeking out the top here at about this 44.30, right? So going to be really focused in on this 44.30, looking to crack above here and turn this 44.30 into support, right? Ultimately firing this 4-hour squeeze to the upside and breaking out of this little previous zone of consolidation, right? Another thing we talked about here in the last couple days was this daily Ichimoku cloud. Really nice crack into it, right? Said we needed to hold the bottom of this cloud, turn that into support and go higher, and we did exactly that here. So a really nice move up from ES. Let's see if we can get a continuation again here above this 44.30. And if not, just looking to play back to the bottom of this range, right? Back to the bottom of this range here, down to about 43.50, and then below that down to this 4300 if we do get some downside. But overall, still really strong here, right? I'm not going to get in the way of this freight train. Just keep playing into the trend. And you have some more probable trades on your hands, right? We're going to look at a lot of tech names here that completely ripped here with the market, right? A lot of them going to be up in this third counter channel to the upside. So again, we're going to see a lot of names where the probability of going higher is tough, right? The risk reward is tough, but again, on a larger time frame here, we have plenty of room to the upside. Let me just jump here to a weekly chart with this counter. Right here on a weekly chart especially, we're just getting through this weekly mean and starting to crack all of this to go higher. So here on a weekly, we could go much higher, right? Let's even call it up to about 4,500 again. Really like this target of 4,500 on this weekly chart. So something to keep in mind after quite a few days of running up, right? It's easy to think that we are kind of exhausted to the upside, and I would totally agree, but overall, got to check that weekly chart. We could just keep cranking higher here. So again, Just play with the wind in your sails, right? Play into the trend, and until the trend is invalidated, just keep playing that direction, right? Don't overthink it. So again, all indices here pretty much making a similar move, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. NQ with a nice move here higher, right? All tech moved higher here on Friday. Really nice move from all of our major indices, of course. Getting up to this third counter channel again. So, looking a little bit exhausted here, but again, going to refer to this weekly chart. And we can still crack a little bit higher here, right? And break this downtrend. We're kind of just breaking this downtrend now. So let's see, we could get a nice retest of this downtrend this week, right? Maybe retest this 15,000 and then ultimately hold and go higher. This could be a nice little play here into the end of the year here on this weekly chart. Something just to keep in mind, right? We are cracking it nicely above this 15,000, but not too far off the daily mean, Could have a retest of that daily mean or of this 15,000 and then we rip higher. But again, I'm not going to try to knife catch some shorts here, just going to keep playing into the trend. Oh, and a nice crack above here, this daily Ichimoku cloud. So again, a retest maybe of this and we go higher. That's a little bit higher than 15,000. So, could just hold here and we continue higher. But we have some nice levels to risk against overall, right? We've got a couple nice levels here, especially if we get some dip buys. Nice key psych level here of 15,500 as well. And we've got this point of control here near this 15,400, right? 15,374-ish, right at this consolidation here that we had this week. Again, just some good targets for a possible dip buy. We can totally keep cranking higher here, right? Doesn't mean we won't be met with a couple dips along the way. So overall, just looking to keep buying the dip here and keep playing this thing higher. Ooh, YM getting up to this daily 200 right here. Really nice level here for YM. Again, always just looking for a good level here to put on some risk, right? Just looking for a level to risk against. So here YM giving us a good level here with this daily 200 simple moving average into this 4-hour squeeze top and near a decent psych level of 34,400. So let's see what the interaction we get here is on YM, right? Could go a little bit higher here early into the session tomorrow. Maybe a little head fake, cracking this daily 200, and then we roll over, right, to stay in this range. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that ultimately here. And again, we have this daily Ichimoku cloud in play. Maybe rejecting this daily 200 and coming back down to the bottom of this little range here could bring us just back to the bottom of this daily Ichimoku cloud, and then we get another bounce, right? And we bounce this 4-hour squeeze bottom, we bounce this daily 50, yada yada yada. So again, just got a couple good levels here to keep an eye on, and just keep it simple, right? If this, then that. If we reject this daily 200, probably coming back down to the bottom of this 4-hour squeeze, right? If we crack through this daily 200, then we're making another leg up here, possibly to this 34,500 key psych level here. And we have some previous points of control above as well, one as recent as August. So I like that as an upside target as well here, getting us up to this 34,530, near this 34,550, another previous point of control. So again, just keep it simple, crack through this daily 200, let's see this 34,500 key psych level, and then 50 points up, get through some points of control. This 34,500 also gets us to the top of this daily Ichimoku cloud. I guess right now a little closer to 34,600, but again, some good levels here at this 500, 550, and again 600 up here being the top of this daily Ichimoku cloud. Some simple targets here for YM. Let's jump into some names now. Apple, just climbing away here as usual, right? Apple, our biggest name on the market, definitely going to drag us with her. You know, Apple usually looking pretty similar to our major indices here. And Apple just looking really good here on all these charts, right? We held the top of this daily Ichimoku cloud, turned it into some support, and even had a little gap up and just kept cruising higher here on Friday. Again, you know, had a nice run up here across the board. Won't be surprised if we're met with a little pullback here across the board as we wait for that CPI number on Tuesday and possibly that PPI number as well on Wednesday, right? Wouldn't be surprised at all if we see a little bit of chop or we see a little bit of profit taking leading into what's maybe hopefully a good CPI number, and then we continue higher. And again, just going to be checking these weekly charts, right, to see really potentially how much higher we could go. You know, and again, Apple just kind of breaking out now of this little downtrend. Again, not surprised to see this chart look similar to the indices themselves. So again, another big tech name here, the biggest tech name, breaking out of a weekly downtrend. So again, wouldn't be surprised to see a little retest, then maybe another nice clean bounce to go higher. Right, just some things to keep in mind. Especially as we are now at the top of this daily Kellner study. You know, it's a good place to look for a little bit of relief and to come back down and to see some profit taking. Let's check out some contracts here with our handy dandy beast columns, and again, not surprised to see a bunch of puts here lighting up at beast after going straight up on Friday. Right, I'm not going to spend too much time looking at contracts here this afternoon because each one is going to look like this most likely, right? Had a nice run up across the board here, pretty much in all names on Friday, so puts are going to obviously be down at beast. But we'll just take a look at like this 180 real quick. Just want to see what that chart looks like, of course. And let's see, faded under that open level all day Friday and just kind of faded into beast here and into this open range buy zone. Let's see what the day before looked like. They let it go, a little buy back up. So not really some heavy defending here as we see sometimes on some contracts, right? We'll see just zones of accumulation right on our beast levels, right? But just kind of a fade into it, so I don't know, let's see, maybe they do just keep cranking higher, but again, always just keeping an eye on key psychological strikes, right? Strikes with high volume. So, you know, I like that 180 put on Apple here going into this week if we do have a pullback, right? Again, had a nice run up, could be a nice pullback and then another nice bounce. Right, maybe we see some good moves here from the market and from Apple in the next couple of days, right? Instead of just a lot of chop, which we have seen here, you know, kind of before this run up. A lot of names look like this, and the indices as well, just kind of chopping near that daily mean. AMD getting some love here, right? All names really got some love here on Friday. AMD really pushing up to the top of this Kellner study here on the daily, but again, gonna refer to this weekly. See what we really got here, and again, another name just kind of peeking out of this downtrend here on a weekly chart, so something to keep in mind. Got some good targets here to the upside on AMD, this 122 and some change. 125, a key psych level, of course, on the way up to this 130, 132 here from that previous run up. So pretty good look here for AMD. Really just cracked through this daily Ichimoku cloud and just kept going. Let's check out maybe this weekly. Didn't even really test it, so not bad here. Good look for AMD. Let's see if we can crack through this weekly squeeze ultimately, right? We have seen a lot of chop here. Again, this is a weekly chart here at the moment. Just a lot of sideways action at this 110, 105, and 100, right? And now really seeing just a really strong leg up. Let's see if we can continue here. Again, you know, going to be really looking for the whole market to allow a lot of these names here that look really similar to continue their runs, right? But again, all these names looking really similar, all of them really looking like they need a little relief on the daily. And again, we have CPI on Tuesday, and we have PPI on Wednesday. So wouldn't be surprised we see maybe a little pullback tomorrow. And again, gonna look at these contracts real quick. Probably some puts light up over here, and yep, some puts lighting up here. And again, not surprised to see that after that run up on Friday. Doesn't mean we don't just keep going higher tomorrow, but again, just a little bit more better of a risk reward on that pullback, and just kind of playing into probabilities here, right? Could use a little breather, especially going into economic data. All right, Amazon here, up to a weekly squeeze top as well. Really doing a good job of holding onto this 140, right? Really been a battle here at this 130. Got up to about that 145 a couple months ago. You know, really faded back down, but again coming back up to these levels and trying to hang on to this 140. So really like Amazon here to go higher, you know, crack this 145 and have a nice run up. Again, let's check this weekly chart. Oh, this weekly actually getting really close to cracking some new highs. So yeah, maybe a pullback here for Amazon as it waits for maybe the rest of the market to really gear up. Again, you know, got a lot of names here that look really similar to this, really cracking out of a weekly downtrend. But again, I think all those names are going to ultimately do it together, so whole market is going to have to make that move, as we kind of saw here on Friday. Right, we've seen a lot of chop, we've seen a lot of rotation at open, but they make those team moves really clear, right up to critical points. So yeah, again, you know, I don't know when this is going to happen, right? Could see a little chop into this CPI and PPI, but again, Amazon been a strong name, so when the market does go, I expect Amazon to just keep pumping higher. Just look at these contracts, assume these puts are going to light up here. Yep, some puts lighting up again. Not going to really take a look at this, you know, because it's probably going to all look the same. I guess we'll just look at one here for shits and giggles. We'll look at this 140 again. Always looking for key psychological strikes here with a lot of volume. And another one just kind of slowly fading down here to beast. Could even fade a little bit more. Let's see if a little overnight theta here from Friday to Monday just allows this baby to open up here right at beast. All right, Google. Google is one I do like to the upside, right? We still got to fill this gap, holding here at the mean. I know, obviously, filling this gap has been slow and frustrating, right? But we've got some good opportunities here to just keep milking these weeklies, right? Friday was another good example, especially on these dailies. Or, I mean, I'm sorry, on the 0 days at this point on a Friday, right? Really nice move here, capturing about what, 2.5 points, shoot, even 3 points from the bottom. Obviously hard to get from bottom to top, but even capturing a whole point here on Google is money, especially on a 0 day. So really nice moves here from Google. Let's see if we can keep going higher here to finish filling this gap. Also about to crack through this daily Ichimoku cloud here on Google. So even as slow and frustrating as this has been, definitely going to keep looking for some Google calls here. This one we can take a look at. We'll look at both sides as well. See what lights up here. Some puts here at higher value than this call, so I'm going to kind of disregard this call here a little farther than I want to see. And again, Google is cheap, so even though these puts a little bit farther out are lighting up, I'm going to look at this 130. I'm also going to look at, I guess, this 135 call. Y'all know I always like to watch those bigger 5-point increment strikes. Bigger psychological strikes usually get more attention and usually give us better data here with our beast tool. You know, more accurate zones, more accurate levels here from our in-house tool. Alright, let's see. And oof, here on Friday on this 135 call, this beast zone overlapping with this open range buy zone perfectly to the center right here. Damn. Really strong zone there. Didn't even get down to it though. And a really nice move here from this 135 call, 20 cents to about 60 cents. Very nice. So let's see here. A pullback in Google would be nice, would reset these 135s here, maybe back down to beast. But let's see, Google closed at about 132. Yeah, I like that, you know, especially on a Monday. Let's say it gets back down to 130. Right, maybe this put takes off here from beast tomorrow. Can play this baby from about 30, 40, maybe 50 cents. Maybe back up to this open level here, $1.50 or so, allows this 135 call to reset, right? When Google gets to about 130, catches a bounce, and we can play this 135 call maybe back up from, you know, if it's not here down to 12 cents at our B zone, maybe down again near this 20 cent mark, 25 cents here at this previous day's open now. So I really like Google here. Going to be watching this 130 put and this 135 call tomorrow for sure. Alright, moving on to Meta. Man, Meta, really nice run back up here, of course, with the rest of the market. Capturing about 8 or 9 points here to the upside. And when it was looking tough here going sideways on this daily chart, really nice move with the rest of the market to pop higher. And again, getting up to this previous high here now, right? Breaking this downtrend here and finally grinding higher, and a nice push right up to these highs. So let's see what Meta can do here, right? If we can crack this 330, Meta should really fly. Would also get us through this weekly squeeze. Maybe we fire this thing to the upside. So Meta, one that I do like to the upside, right? Still has more room here on this daily calendar. Let's check out this weekly. And even more room here on the weekly, but you know, Meta looking strong here on the weekly. But again, just looking really good to the upside here for Meta. And has still some space to run to the upside compared to a lot of other tech names here. Check out some contracts. Again, not surprised to see the puts lighting up after such a strong day. Let's just check out maybe, check out this 315. And we'll also check out, we'll check out this 335, right? Because the thesis here is hopefully we get a pullback to buy the dip to then go higher, right? Play some puts first, then play some calls. 315, and then, what did I say? The 335 call, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so this 315 getting down to beast, a little overnight theta here from the weekend, should maybe allow it to open right around there. Alright, so maybe we play puts here on Meta first, 315, play this baby up, which will allow this 335 call to come back down to earth here. Maybe it doesn't get down to beast here on a Monday, right, because this has 5 days till expiration still. but maybe it gets down to its open range buy zone, whatever that might be here tomorrow, right? All these levels will generate here at the open. But, you know, it could be something maybe near this previous day's open, maybe here near a buck. You know, we always love that nice key psychological level of a buck on any option contract. So who knows, maybe we get an open range buy zone here near this buck. That would be pretty nice. And hopefully a dip buy here would be great on this 335 call near that buck. Some good strikes here. I like meta this week as well, honestly, in both directions. So I might be watching those two at open, Meta and Google. Microsoft cracking out the top here. Damn, 370 on these daily calendars. Let's check out this weekly. Weekly also cracking highs. Damn, yeah. Again, you know, if market keeps cranking higher, Microsoft will probably tag right along, but I just don't love the risk reward here to the upside, right? Especially when other names have a little bit more room to run. Again, you know, we always stress playing a very few amount of names and just focusing on a couple names, right? If Microsoft is one of your names and this is maybe like all you trade, just keep doing it, right? Just keep trading with the wind in your sails, right? Play into the trend, it'll keep moving. You know, Microsoft has a nice ATR as well, almost 7 points here. So you know this name is going to move every day, right? Those contracts are going to move every day. So I'm not going to tell you to not play this to the upside, but I'm going to play something else to the upside. But again, you know, been a really strong name here, has been really relentless since basing near this 310 and just kind of cracking higher. Had a shaky earnings here. I mean, I had a decent earnings, but pulled all the way back to fill that gap immediately and then just kept cranking higher, right? So some really good strength here from Microsoft after that earnings, retesting that daily mean, getting some good support there, and just has been relentless since then. So again, strong name, just at a really tough spot to go higher, but again, won't be surprised if it does keep going higher, you know. But I'm just going to play other names to the upside, to be honest. And I also just wouldn't be that interested in shorting it because it is so strong, right? It does have plenty of room to fall, but it's just been really strong. So, you know, not a lot of weakness there. Pullbacks might be minimal. Netflix, kind of the same situation here as Microsoft, right? Strong earnings, popped up, held, key psych level of 400 here, and just kept exploding higher and getting up to this 450. Again, another name that just is really jacked up right now. You know, again, wouldn't want to short it because it's strong. You have a nice gap fill here to play if it does end up getting weak, maybe into the rest of this year if we get some downside for whatever reason. But, you know, not really interested in Netflix short until we do reach this gap. And kind of tough to be interested in it going higher here just because we are so jacked up now. Let's check out this weekly. Okay, you know, it's got a little more room here on the weekly. So, you know, maybe I don't mind it up here through 485, maybe up through 500. But again, maybe you just could use a little breather here in the next couple days before trying to go after something like 500. So again, a little tough here to the upside. A little bit better than Microsoft though, right? Because Microsoft was already cracking those previous highs, right? Those previous peaks. But again, just maybe some other names that are going to be a little bit easier to run to the upside. Doesn't mean this won't. Just kind of like how other names look better to the upside. But again, you know, this totally has room to run and is looking good here, looking strong. NVIDIA, really nice moves here off the mean again in these last couple days, just kind of holding this range above 400. Let's see if we can complete this run back up to 500 and go higher, right? Looking good on that weekly, even if it's looking a little bit jacked up here on the daily. So again, would love a dip buy, right? Looking for a dip buy on this name. NVIDIA here, one of our faves, of course, because it has such a good ATR here, about 15 points daily average move, right? So really great here for options, you know. So again, looking for a little dip buy before going higher. Let's just check out some contracts real quick. Again, not surprised that the puts here are lighting up at Beast. Let's check out, I guess, this 450. And we'll check out, I guess, 500, since it is Monday. Gives us a 50-point range for the week. I don't think too crazy of an ask here for 5 days on NVIDIA. But a little bit of a heavy ask on our Beast tool, I guess. So let's move here a little bit closer. Let's check out maybe this 485 call. And maybe like this 465 put here. Check out where NVIDIA is again here. Oh, we're sitting at about 485. So let me actually move up to like this 495. See if that got picked up. Yes. Okay. And again, NVIDIA, a bigger name, right? Bigger ATR, moves a lot. So again, you know, you're going to see B zones here pretty far on a Monday. But we got some good levels here to work with to the downside regardless, to dip buy some call contracts, right? But again, seeing, you know, more puts here closer to B, so I won't be surprised if we see some moves out of these puts first. Like this hold here of this 465 put right at our open range buy zone into close here on Friday. Let's see, maybe a little overnight theta, maybe a little tiny gap up here before the open tomorrow. Gets these puts down at Beast, and we get a decent downside leg here on the market and on a lot of our names. Kind of what I'm looking for, you know, ideally is what we get. A little relief to go higher, right? Just looking to buy the dip here. Not going to spend too much time here on Qs, because again, looking the same as NQ, right, and our other major indices. Really cracking higher here for Qs, right? Again, like most of our names, looking for a little relief dip here so we can buy the dip. But gonna look at contracts for tomorrow. Do love that here about QQQ and SPY, of course. And let's see, after a decent run up, right, getting a lot of puts here that we still need data on. But the little bit of data we do have some contracts here at Beast and close to at the money. So again, just lending itself more towards the little thesis of maybe we get a decent downside leg tomorrow, which would be nice going into some economic data. Hopefully we get some good numbers. We rip into the end of the week to the upside, right? Wouldn't mind that. Jump over to SPY, and gonna be the same, right? Expecting here to see the same. Nice run up from SPY. Right, cracking through this daily Ichimoku cloud, nice right here. And just gonna look at these contracts. Right, again, we get a better preview here with these contracts for tomorrow and getting a little bit more data here kind of at the money and seeing these contracts for tomorrow lighting up here at Beast. Let's just check out this 440. This 439 has a lot of volume. 438 has a lot of volume. We'll just check out this 440. Didn't get picked up on the tool just yet. Let's see if maybe this 439, nothing. 438, nothing. Okay. Well, I'm sure they will be picked up on the tool tomorrow since we are now at those strikes. Again, our tool does a scan, picks up all the strikes that are in play, but because we made such a strong move on Friday, right, we're now hitting a bunch of strikes that have not been in play, so we see a little volume and we'll get some good data here in the morning, most likely. But again, really liking these puts here lighting up at beast on the put side here of the SPY chain. And again, these are for tomorrow, so just giving us a little bit of a closer look here of what could happen tomorrow specifically. Alright, y'all, and last name here, and I'll let y'all go. Tesla. Tesla gave us that nice dip on Friday here. Caught a nice move here on some puts before it ripped back, you know. Nice little early play here on Tesla, but Tesla been looking overall weak here. You know, starting to put in that little bit of an H after retesting the mean from the downside. But overall, holding here above this key psych level of 200 and at this weekly squeeze bottom here right at this 200. So let's see, you know, if we start to get a decent upside leg from the market, won't be surprised if Tesla, you know, shakes this off and then ultimately goes higher here and cracks above the mean. But again, Tesla won with some good room to run in both directions. So really like Tesla here either direction as well. Let's just take a quick look at these contracts. Little pricier here, of course, because Tesla makes some good moves here. Has a decent ATR. Nothing here lighting up. So yeah, let's see. Just gotta be patient here on Tesla. You know, let her really choose a direction here before jumping in. But we got a lot of good key levels here to work with. A couple key psych levels: 210, 215, 220. Let's see where this point of control is at. We're at October's point of control right now. We have November's above. Got this daily 200 daily mean here. So we have some good targets up and down on Tesla, you know. As usual, just need a good name or two, right? Really focus in on those two names, whatever it might be. You're going to get some moves, you know. I'm going to probably focus in on tomorrow. I think Google, Meta, maybe Tesla. We'll see. But I think those three names the best here. Both with good good moves here in either direction. So yeah, some good names here to keep an eye on. But alright, y'all, that's about all I've got for y'all today. Again, if you're new to predicted trades here, please check out our Discord. You can join our Discord for free via the link in the description of this video. You know, we have a ton of free resources there available to you if you are a new day trader. I would definitely recommend checking us out. Again, totally free. And we do a free Thursday here every single Thursday in the Discord, so you can test drive our Beast tool here for free. This, all these levels here are provided from our one and only Beast tool. And again, you could come and try this out on your charts for free every single Thursday with us here, exclusively on Thinkorswim though. Gotta have Thinkorswim. But again, y'all, just one final reminder here. Keeping an eye, most importantly, on CPI here on Tuesday and PPI here on Wednesday. Alright? So again, could see a nice pullback tomorrow. Could see maybe just some chop, some rotation as we wait for all of that data to drop here on Tuesday and on Wednesday, right? And again, keep an eye on this previous zone of consolidation here, right? As we either crack out the top of it or we reject this level here again, right, about this 44.30, and maybe go back to the bottom of this range near 43.50. But we're at a critical level, right? We're at a good level to put on some risk, so we'll see what this what tomorrow morning looks like. Might be some early plays for us. But alright, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Much love, and I will be on here on YouTube for the open tomorrow. Alright? Hope everyone has a great rest of the day, and I will see y'all at open. Later.